Hi, I'm Anna. I'm in 8th grade, and this year I had an opportunity to go to Mexico on a mission trip.
Hi, I'm Ben Dunn, and this is my 5th year going to Mexico, 2nd with the middle school.
When we were going into Tijuana and Rosarito, it was really dark, and people were walking on the border back and forth, and it was really bumpy and stuff, but it was really kind of exciting. And then when we got there, there was no running water and no electricity, and so we had to find all our stuff in the dark.
A couple of the guys had to go pretty bad, and there wasn't really a place to, so we kind of had to go outside and just find a spot, and that was a new experience.
The next morning we got up and they served us breakfast.
The food was really good, but it was basically the same thing. Homemade tortillas, rice and beans, and basically that's it.
Rosarito was a lot different because we didn't really have a lot of jobs to do. Some people went and painted one of the dorms, and then most of the time we just kind of played with the kids.
They had a soccer field up on the top of a hill, and it was really amazing to just play with those kids. We got killed. One of the best experiences of my life.
It was just fun to talk to them and just playing with them. Whenever they just give you a smile or something, it just felt really good.
We did some VBS, and we got to do a lot of skits in that, and those were really fun because I got to be Jesus. I mean, that's pretty fun.
I love performing, and it was really fun to do the VBS because we were just giving all funny emotions and stuff whenever they'd be say something the waves came in, and we just rush in and crash, and we got to spray them with water guns.
The kids just loved that.
The language was, a lot of people were talking about that it was a big barrier for them, and especially me because I haven't taken any classes in that because we can only take them in high school, but it was fun to get to kind of try to learn a little. Some of them would know a little bit of English, so you could say what does this mean, or how do you say this a little bit, and they might be able to tell you a few words. But sometimes when they try to carry on a conversation with you, you should be oh, cool, and they just be what?
On Wednesday night, we went to Tijuana, and we showed up at the orphanage, and there were a lot of older kids there playing gotcha, and we just hopped right in, and a few of them could speak English, and we really connected with some of them, and just playing with them in basketball, and it was really fun because they always thought that we were really good, which we're not, but they're always pass it to the Americanos, Americanos. But that was just a fun experience for me.
On Wednesday night, we went to Pastor Albert's church. Some people were giving me a big hug. I'm just I don't even know these people.
The church was really, really fun because if you just jump right in and do what they're doing, I mean, we actually started a conga line.
A lot of the songs we knew, you could tell by the tune, and then during the chorus they would sing the English version, and so you're oh my gosh, I know this song. We sing this in church all the time, which was really fun. And then we started dancing, get all crazy, and then we started to get into it, and it was really fun.
Then we had some prayers over the men and women there, and that was a really powerful experience. The day we were in Tijuana, we were making sandwiches for the day we were going to go down in the colonias, and we had an assembly line, and we made 200 or something sandwiches, and I know that it was just really fun because we were trying to go really fast and just trying to make everything work, and some things would fly all over the place.
The first day of the colonias was really depressing for me because my mom has been before, and whenever she talked about it, she was yeah, it's kind of run down. Thought it was just kind of a little house, not very nice, but just, but I didn't think it was really just scraps, put together. And it just made me really feel thankful for what I have.
The people living there were definitely hurt, and I can tell they felt pretty abandoned. I just felt pretty bad about having all the stuff that I have and not being able to really do much about them. There was these little kids there, and we were playing this game with them, and they were chasing after us, and it was really fun. We played a bunch of games with those little kids there, and they just had a great time.
So then we got down there, and we had the VBS.
I also got to do my skit again, and we did another one this time, and I think they also really enjoyed that, and I just think they were just happy to actually have something to watch instead of just sitting at home all day. We handed out sandwiches and cookies and stuff like that.
And then after lunch, we started getting ready for washing hair.
That was a new experience for me. I have never done it before, and I thought that was really fun.
I started to wash hair at first, and I would be like trying to like help them tilt their head back, and they wouldn't know what I was doing. I'm like, lean, and they're just like, what? And then I like try to pour water, and I get it all over them, like, ah! I'm just like, I'm sorry, because it was like freezing cold, and then the water was like ice cold, so it was like not a very good day for it, but it was still really great, and they still were very thankful for it.
I feel like the reason we wash their hair is to show them that it's not just about us coming there and looking like good Americans. It's that we're there to serve them, and that, I mean, they don't really get much of a chance to really wash their hair with clean water.
So then I went over to styling hair, and that was really fun because all the little girls would come over and be like, ooh, I want this, and they'd be like pointing to other girls' hair that got it done. I had my camera, so I'd like take a picture for them, and they'd look at it and like, oh, so excited, and they'd all want to see their picture of how they looked and stuff.
On Friday, we went back down to the Colonius and handed out rice and beans to all the people.
We were walking up to different homes and giving them rice and beans, and we would pray for them.
There are a few great experiences there, because some of the houses you go up to and there would be these huge dogs look like they wanted to eat you, and some of them didn't have chains on, so it's a little scary experience there.
Then they're like, Anna, why don't you pray for them? And I was like, oh, okay. So I just like, they asked them, what do you want us to pray for you? And they're just like, our land, and they're trying to take it away, and we don't know what we'll do if we lose our house and stuff.
The hardest thing for me about leaving the people is knowing that you can't really do anything to change the way they live or something. I mean, you can hand out food or wash their hair or something like that, but you can't really give them a house and pay for it. So you just don't know what else to do.
They're like, thank you so much. You guys are such a blessing and everything. And just like, wow, like that was just a great experience to get to do that. It was really eye-opening to even just a pack of rice and beans. They were just like so thankful and everything, and for us praying for them and everything was really cool to get to do. After we passed out the rice and beans, we got to make pillows. They were so happy that we like got to make their kids pillows, and they were just like, this is a big deal. And they're all like, ooh, I can't wait to go to bed tonight and stuff. They were so excited to sleep on their new pillow. And after we made pillows, we served lunch. It was like kind of hard to get my mind around how many people were in line to get food. And it's like, wow, they can't even like get lunch. And it's just like, we are always want to like, go out to lunch, and like, I don't want this. Like, we're so picky about it, and they're just like so thankful for the littlest things, like us serving them lunch, which was really cool. Someone was walking by and they saw this man selling this cotton candy. Like, he had like 50 like cotton candy sticks or more or something, and they just like bought the whole thing. Like, here, I'll give you some money, can we have the whole thing? And it was really funny. So then we like wrapped up the cotton candy and put it in like different bags, and then little kids would come up and we'd like give them the cotton candy, like, oh, sweets. Like, they were so excited to get to eat it and stuff. And then when we were leaving, since that was the last day, we were saying goodbye to everybody, and it was really sad because none of us wanted to leave, and we were just like, why today? Can we have another week?
This trip was a really great experience for me. I mean, I've gone on it a bunch of times, but I feel like every time I keep going, a new thing happens to me, a new relationship, a new experience or situation. Every time you go there, you just fall in love with the people and the place, and you learn that you don't need much to make yourself happy.
Even though, like, you think you have to build a relationship, it takes a long time to do that, but especially in Rosarito, like, it took us like 2 seconds to get attached to these kids. Like, I was like, I'm just gonna raffle them up, stick them in my suitcase, and take them home.
I feel like God showed me just to be humble and understand how other people want to be treated and stuff like that, instead of just taking everything you have into yourself.
I felt like God put in my heart to write letters. So I wrote the little kids in Rosarito letters. And then I got home, and actually 2 nights ago, Annie Frazier gave me a call, and she was like, "Hey Anna, I got a letter that was actually for you, but they thought it was for me." So I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited!" And like I was like really excited about it. And so yesterday I saw Annie, and she gave me the letter, and it was from a little boy named Marcus, and that was super sweet because he was from Rosarito, and I got so attached to him. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna write you a letter, and I want to talk to you and stuff." He was just so sweet, and so I got the letter back, and he was just like, "Thank you so much for all you've done. You really changed my life. You are like so sweet. Like I love you so much." And I just broke down in tears. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like I was so happy that I got this letter, and I was like, little relationships, like just one day can really like start something. I want you guys to go, and it's not just like you should go. It's really fun. It was like definitely the best trip like I've ever had in my whole life. Nothing can top this. So definitely go.